Abort. Bring. Good boy. Good boy, puppy. Go. Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today is Echo Puppy's birthday, and it also marks the day that I start the seed from my giant pumpkin. Happy birthday, puppy. Oh. I have my seed soaking in water, so we're gonna head to the greenhouse and get set up first. Hey, plants. So some of my plants need up potted, some of them need thinned out, and other ones just need water. Turn the fan down a little bit. I don't want to turn the fan all the way off because we still have a lot of sunlight coming in here, so it's keeping it pretty warm. I have my willow cuttings here from last video soaking in water, and I have a bag over them just to keep some of the humidity in there, and I spritz in there. But you can see the leaves that I did leave on, some of them are starting to die back. It was a pretty hot day today, so a lot of my plants need water, so I'm going to get that done first. So I have my seed starter mix right here, which is today Jiffy seed starter with some perlite and some Happy Frog earthworm castings and bat guano. So that's all mixed together in here and pre-moistened to maybe a little too dry, but pretty decent consistency. Once the seeds are ready, I'll be sowing them into roughly a 1 gallon pot. I only have 5 right now. I'll be starting 6 seeds. And I just need to find another pot. I only had 5 in the greenhouse. Oh, hey, puppy. You coming in here to help me sow seeds on your birthday? Hi, buddy. You're always welcome in here. Yeah. So every year I try and grow a giant pumpkin. I order seeds from worldwidegiantgrowers.com, and I try and grow a giant pumpkin from genetics that are proven to be from really big pumpkins, over 1,000 pounds. But I'm not really shooting for 1,000 pounds. I'd like to get 100 pounds again, or like maybe 200, 300. The pumpkin variety is Dill's Atlantic Giant, and I'll be starting them inside because I want to soak them in water. I actually use aquarium water. I soak them in that for 6 hours or so. I put them in after work today, and I'm going to soak them till they can absorb a good amount of water, and then I'll be putting them into a moist paper towel and keeping them in a warm area, keeping them moist until they pop out of the shell and actually have a spray of roots coming out. And then I'll be putting them in the 1 gallon pots into the soil. So here in this marmalade container, I have my 6 seeds in aquarium water, soaking up as much water as they can before I put them in the wet paper towel. It's been a few hours, so I'm now transferring them to the wet paper towel. And as a comparison, this is a jack-o'-lantern size seed, and you can see the size difference with them. If you would get Dill's Atlantic Giant seeds from Walmart, they still wouldn't be this size. These seeds here have come from pumpkins that have grown over 1,000 pounds. Not all Dill's Atlantic Giants will grow over 1,000 pounds, so sometimes when you're getting the seeds from Walmart, you're getting them from a smaller pumpkin that grew that year. but it's still the same strain. So I'm just gonna fold this up, and then we're going to keep it in a nice warm, moist place, keep it wet. And that's going to be inside this container. Just like that. And you want to allow oxygen in it, so you don't want to close it the whole way. But I'm just going to keep it in this little container, and it's going to sit inside my bog filter here because the bottom of it will be sitting in 77-degree water. So that's going to be perfect to help them stay warm and germinate. I'm sure everybody else does it like this. So I'm not going to fill these up until I have roots coming out of the shell. So that's probably going to take a few days. Should take right around 4 to 5 days for the seeds to pop, and then I'll know which ones are viable and I can get them into soil. What I am going to work on right now is thinning out this tray of tomatoes. So I did show you that you can thin your tomatoes. Even when they're really young, you can cut them right off at the base and still have them survive. Just plug them down into the soil, keep them moist and humid, and they will keep on growing. Tomatoes are unique that if you bury them deep down on their stem, the stem will actually push out new roots and keep on growing. So if you cut or break a tomato off right at the base, you can still plug that whole stem into the ground or soil and regrow some roots and keep that plant alive. I've done it last year whenever I broke the top off of a 2-foot plant. I took the 4-inch broken top, plugged it into soil, and then I still had a nice plant coming into summer. But I had good enough germination with my tomato plants this year that I just cut these ones off and I'm just tossing them on the ground. I'll be honest, I didn't label a lot of my plants this year, so a lot of my tomatoes are mystery tomatoes, and I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with those ones. So we are getting to a point now that I can do some planting outside. We still have a chance of frost here in zone 6A for the next 3 weeks or so, but I think I can do some transplanting of things that are already out here accustomed to the weather, not bringing anything out of the greenhouse, but just moving some things around that I want to relocate in the gardens. Echo Puppy found his ball and he's just waiting patiently outside the greenhouse waiting to play. Oh, Puppy, it's your birthday, we can play. We can play, bud. Yeah. Puppy turned 6 today. Huh. You're getting to be an old man, aren't you? Go. So I had pretty good germination with my summer crops here. I did some buttercup and butternut squash. I did some zucchini, some pumpkin that's coming up here. Still waiting on the watermelon. And then I have some cucumbers here, some more zucchini, and a bunch more cucumbers on the end here. I did some separating out with the tomatoes. So I have more tomatoes than I'm gonna need. I also have some more cucumbers here that I separated out to a pot. And I think some more pumpkin, cucumber, not sure which one this one is, and I don't know what that is. I was lucky enough to get some castor bean to come up, so I'm really happy about these. I want to get these out whenever it starts warming up, and they're going to get nice and big this year. All of this portulaca I would like to separate out into another tray, so I have 2 full trays of portulaca. Portulaca is my mom's probably favorite flower, so I like to have a nice bed of portulaca in a place that we can see it from the patio. So I like to have at least a full tray of that, but I think 2 trays might be nice this year. I had better germination with my marigolds than I did my zinnias, so I'd like to get more of those started. I actually have zinnias right here started, and then I'm not sure what these are. Like I said, I was really bad with labeling, so I'm not sure what those are, and I have some stuff coming up in the back there that's really small as well, and I'm not sure what that is. But my Shasta daisy is doing really well, and I think that can go out here as soon as it's hardened off. And then I have a bunch more mystery tomatoes right here. And then all my peppers are in the back here, just starting to come up. I probably could separate out a couple of these peppers as well. But as you can see, I didn't have great germination with peppers. I have a stack of trays here put together, ready to get filled up with soil and sown out. But back here we have some sweet pea, which I could probably start hardening off here. And then I did get some good germination with my comfrey, as well as the hollyhocks going up the middle there. And this is the bachelor button, which should be an early bloomer. So I'm glad I got some of those up. We got some of the calendula and then more of the marigolds in the back. I just looked, it's actually 81 right now, so it's definitely warm in the greenhouse. Alright, that's all I'm going to be able to get done in the greenhouse tonight. Yesterday I got all the mowing done and some of the weed whacking. Hey buddy, I'll save you. I'll save you, bud. We got you stuck on a glue trap, do we? Here we go. Here we go. Just one at a time. There, one at a time. Ow. I know that hurts. Grabbing onto my finger. I feel ya. Oh, there, you're free. You're free once I let you go. I don't think you can get your fingers apart. And I think that's going to hinder you out there. There you go. Flew right out of my hand, but look at those feathers stuck to it. Saved a little wren. And I moved a full load of wood chips that we just got dumped off over to my storage pile because I'm not ready to use them yet in any of the gardens. So it's actually been whoa. Alright, well it has been 5 days now for the pumpkin seeds. So we're going to see if there is any popping on the seeds, to see if any roots are coming out. And then whether or not there's roots coming out, we are planting them in soil today. Okay, so we don't really have anything showing signs of roots coming out. Alright, well, they're looking a lot more plump than they were when I first put them in. I don't want to wait any longer with them in the paper towel though, so it's just riskier to leave them in the paper towel. If they do pop, then they might grab onto each other's roots and then I might have to pull them apart. So I'm just going to get them into soil now. I do still have 5 pots filled with seed starting mix, and they're 1 gallon pots. This one that's a little bit wider top. Then this one I'm going to put the 2 seeds in because I still only have 5 pots. So I'm going to put 2 of these seeds in. Make sure the soil is nice and firm down in there. And I'm just going to make 2 nice size holes here. Now the roots should pop out of the pointy side. We'll do pointy side down. And you want a good bit of soil covering these, because the bigger the seed, the more soil friction it needs to pull the seed covering off the leaves, the cotyledon leaves when the first sprouts. So you want to make sure you have some soil over this and they're covered to give that soil friction to pull the seed husk off. Just like that. That one is ready to go. I'll put a little bit of water on this. And we'll just keep an eye on it, and hopefully we get some sprouts here in a few days. Do a competition at work, and one of my coworkers already has a root coming out of their seed, so we're going to try and get caught up and get some nice large pumpkins this year. Make sure to follow along. That's going to be all for this one. Wish Echopup a happy birthday down in the comments below. Hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Echo on the next one. Thanks for watching.